Throughout MonsterVerse universe, Godzilla's destructive atomic breath is his most famous feature, and it has changed in both color and power level over the course of the MonsterVerse extensive history. While Godzilla's blue atomic breath is most famous, but it has shifted shades multiple times as Godzilla has powered up or taken a new form. Its form has changed many times, ranging from the mist-like radioactive breath of the original 1954 Godzilla to Godzilla-1's atomic bomb-like single blast. And now Godzilla is set to debut with a brand new pink atomic power in Godzilla x Kong, so the time has come to look back on the history of the monster's mighty heat ray. So guys, let's start with the Godzilla's blue atomic breath. Godzilla's blue atomic breath was seen in his first appearance in Toho's original 1954 Godzilla. In that movie it was referred to as a radioactive spray, and presented as a colorless vapor that was superheated enough to melt tanks, buildings and other structures. Godzilla first used his atomic breath on an opponent in 1955's Godzilla Raids Again, where the radioactive spray proved strong enough to kill Anguirus. Godzilla's atomic breath first took on its bluish hue and beam-like shape in King Kong vs. Godzilla, and it maintained that shape throughout the movies of the Showa era, from 1954 to 75, Heisei era from 84 to 95, and the Millennium series from 1999 to 2004. After that, Legendary's MonsterVerse brought back the neon blue beam in 2014's Godzilla, although Godzilla really only used it as a final resort as opposed to his primary weapon. During MonsterVerse, Godzilla has been powered up multiple times, and because of this his atomic breath has grown more powerful and concentrated. He now uses the atomic blue glow that radiates throughout his body, as a display of dominance. So guys, the next one is Godzilla's red and orange atomic breath. During the Heisei and Millennium blue atomic breath eras, an elevated form of atomic breath was also introduced. This atomic breath glowed like vibrant orange or red. Godzilla's atomic breath took on an advanced form known as the spiral heat ray, when Godzilla gained additional power from an external source. In Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, Godzilla first time gained use of the red spiral heat ray, when a dying rodent transferred his life force to the radioactive lizard. Godzilla returned to the spiral heat ray to finish off Space Godzilla in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, and used an even more intense version to end Destoroyah in Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. The ultimate version of Godzilla's red-orange atomic breath was used in Godzilla Final Wars. This atomic breath was known as the Burning G-Spark Heat Ray. That version of Godzilla's atomic blast was strong enough to blast Kaiser Ghidorah all the way to the edge of space and destroy him completely. Godzilla 2000 Millennium and Godzilla vs. Megaguirus featured a unique variation of Godzilla's atomic breath. In both movies, Godzilla's atomic powers presented with a bright orange color, which was reflected in Godzilla's dorsal plates when he fired his atomic breath. That version of his atomic breath seemed to be much more incendiary than the typical energy beam, and it produced a fiery explosion whenever it was used. So guys, the next one is Godzilla's purple atomic breath. In year 2016, Shin Godzilla introduced a unique but more horror-focused version of Godzilla, and with that new version came a new form of Godzilla's famous atomic breath. Shin Godzilla's entire body glowed when using his atomic powers, likely taking a page out of the MonsterVerse's design playbook. However, unlike Legendary's more traditional blue hue, Shin Godzilla glowed with a bright, almost neon purple. Shin Godzilla's atomic breath blast played out far differently from any other iteration of Godzilla seen on the silver screen. Shin Godzilla's atomic breath began as a thick black smoke, which turned into a stream of bright orange fire that can engulf entire sections of a city in seconds. Once that blast became concentrated, it evolved into the bright purple radiation heat ray, which was a highly focused, narrow and precise beam, capable of heavy destruction across great distances. Shin Godzilla was even capable of firing this heat ray out of his dorsal plates and tail, enabling him to attack many different targets at once. So guys, the next one and the last one is Godzilla's pink atomic breath. The first trailer of Godzilla x Kong revealed that since the events of Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla has undergone some sort of evolution that has changed the color of his internal atomic power from blue to pink. The trailer only offers a brief glimpse of Godzilla actually using his new pink atomic breath, but it appears to be even more powerful than the previous version, which was strong enough to blast through the Earth's crust directly into the hollow Earth in a matter of minutes. It seems likely that there will be further elaboration on exactly what makes Godzilla's new pink atomic breath so potent. If Godzilla's history is any indication, it's clear that he'll need that advanced atomic breath to defeat a more powerful enemy. It's possible that the monsterverse even adopts a version of the spiral heat ray, which could be what the color change is teasing. The ever-evolving atomic breath is a defining feature of cinema's most beloved monster, and considering Godzilla's recent incredible box office run, it seems likely that audiences haven't seen the last major change for his mightiest attack. So guys, that's it for today. What are your thoughts on Godzilla's latest pink atomic breath? Please tell me in comments. If you like my content, please like this video, and also don't forget to subscribe Soups 24/7. Thank you guys for watching, see you soon.